We are back for episode 22 as per usual. I'm with Coach Ken Anderson here on the hitters meeting on Braves HipCoil. I'm Ryan. Ken, how the heck are you doing, buddy?
This team's driving me crazy, but we're going to San Francisco and we're going to face probably their two best pitchers, so it's going to be a ride. But it's the Jock Peterson of hip coils. Maybe this is what we need. Maybe we'll get back to being those mother. You know what? So let's go get them.
It's been a depressing June. There ain't no doubt about that, boy. We can't. I'm pretty sure there's a couple guys. HSK, I'm looking at you. I could put you in the middle of the effing Atlantic Ocean in a boat, and if I threw you out of that boat, you would somehow find grass and would not hit any lick of water. That's how bad you are right now. Anyway, getting back on track, we're going to San Francisco this series again. To be determined is the pitcher we're going to face every single game this series. So me and Ken had to backtrack to figure out what kind of starters we might be looking at, and we've come up with a couple. We got three guys. We're Robbie Ray and Logan Webb. I have no doubt will be pitching some point in this series. We have no idea what games, and we are going with Trevor McDonald as one of the starters as well. So we're not giving you games. We're just saying these are the starters that we think are projected to pitch in this series. We don't know, but this is our best guess because everybody likes to throw a to be determined out there right now. So Ken, Trevor McDonald, what do you have on this young buck?
I heard he had an interesting nickname, but we won't share that on air. but I know I don't know a real lot about him, and I know that we kind of mentioned did do some intel. Looked on him this afternoon. I guess he's a sinker ball pitcher. Same kind of deal. Has been having issue with location. It looks like in these videos he's having a tough time finding the strike zone. So I would say our hitters need to be patient and get something in to hit up like a normal sinker ball. But I'm sure you've delved into him, so I'm interested to see what you say.
Yeah, he doesn't have bad stuff. He was a late round draft pick in 21 by the Giants, so kind of interesting. I knew absolutely nothing of him. When you even said the name, I was like, who? So, Trevor McDonald, chat, he is a 3-pitch guy. Now, he has 5 pitches listed, but when it's under 2%, I'm not going to count it as a pitch that you throw. So he throws a sinker, he throws a slider, and he throws a changeup. Right-handed hitters, you're going to see the sinker and slider. Lefties, you get the whole kitchen sink, the sinker, slider, and changeup. He is a typical pitcher. He throws the fastball when he is behind in the count, and he tries to get you out with the off-speed when he is ahead of the count. So, our right-handed hitters, you guys are going to approach this by hunting the sinker and the slider windows. For the sinker, we want the ball to start belly button to high thigh, off of the plate away to the middle part of the plate. Anything that starts in that window and breaks away, take it. The slider, we want the ball to start belly button to mid-thigh, inside, off of the plate, at us, to the inner third. You want to keep your direction to right center field. You want to see the ball deep in the zone and drive it hard back into the big part of the field. Anything that starts in the window of the slider and breaks into you, take it. No need to guess with this guy. Austin Riley, I'm looking at you. When you can read both of these windows pretty easily. So, there's that. Left-handed hitters, your approach. Hunt the sinker in the changeup window. You want the ball to start belly button to mid-thigh, in and off the plate at you to the middle part of the plate. Anything that starts farther away and moves away, take it. And the only slider we want to swing at is going to be the hanger. It starts off the plate away to the outer third, and it's going to start above the strike zone to the top of the strike zone. Again, keep your direction towards left center field. Do not get too pull happy, because if you do, that's when things go awry. So, Ken, that is what I got on Mr. McDonald. Do you have anything else?
Well, like I said, when I just kind of did a little intel, I knew he had a problem getting the ball in the strike zone. But I guess that's what he tries to do, is try to get you hit the ball out. We just had a guy this past series against us that kind of does the same thing. So, We should be able to hit him. He's going to be the weakest of the three going this weekend, so hopefully have good swings. If he does go Friday, it's an interesting game because the Braves are going to throw Reynaldo, and they're going to make it a kind of a bullpen game. Reynaldo's going to go 3 or 4 innings, so we'll see.
Interesting times here in Braves country, and it's not fun times. I'll keep it a buck 10 with you, chat. And then for matters, to make matters worse, we have Logan Webb going probably game 2 against us. Again, we don't know. It'll either be game 2 or game 3. Logan Webb, Ken, talk to me about their ace, the guy that I want desperately.
He's one of the better starters in baseball. He's really, really cool, calm. I never see any bad reaction out of Logan. He has the bowling ball changeup, which is very hard to hit. Which, if anybody knows, our fans should know, we struggle with the changeup and a good one, and he has a really good one. We're going to have our best at bats. Logan Webb's one of the better pitchers, and in that ballpark, it's a big ballpark, so he can, if he does get behind, he can just lay a fastball in there and let you hit it to right center. Hope it stays in the park.
Very good point. Logan Webb's one of my favorites to watch pitch if the Braves are not playing against him. He's just fun to watch pitch, man. He knows how to pitch. He just doesn't throw the baseball. He has a sinker, cutter, sweeper, a changeup, as mentioned, and a four-seam fastball. Right-handed hitters, you will be seeing sinker, sweeper, and changeup. He does mix in a little bit of the four-seam fastball. We're going to get to that later on. Left-handed hitters, you're going to see the entire kitchen sink at a fairly even distribution. I mean, like anywhere from 20 to like 15%. Like like he throws everything at you pretty evenly. He does, however, have heavy changeup usage in the 2-strike counts against left-handed hitters, and he also increases his four-seam fastball usage as well, especially in 0-2, 1-2, and 2-2 counts. Righties, his changeup is his out pitch. Again, he likes to use it a lot in the 0-2, 1-2, 2-2 counts, upticking the four-seam fastball usage as well. He tries to throw the four-seam fastball to right-handed hitters up and away out of the zone to induce chase because it tunnels well with the sinker, and those righties think that sinker is going to come back over into the middle part of the zone. It doesn't. They swing under it, and he gets the strikeout, so keep that in mind. For lefties, he will try to throw it up and away as well, but he's going to try to paint that top part of the strike zone because for lefties, it seems like it could be the sinker or the changeup that will fade off of the zone, but instead it's the four-seam and it rides true through the zone. When I tell you it is probably about a 50 to 60% split in 2-strike counts between his four-seamer and changeup. Those are the two pitches he really likes to go to in those 0-2, 1-2, and 2-2 counts. He'll revert back to his sinker more in the 3-2 and earlier parts of the counts, but once it gets in those 2-strike counts, he likes to throw the four-seamer, so the hitters need to know that going into this. The sweeper, it seems to be the off-speed pitch he uses to get ahead in the count or back into the count against both righties and lefties. So say it's a 2-1, 3-1, 2-0 count. That's when he would normally try to drop the sweeper in there just to try to get a pitch over the plate and get back into the count. 3-0 and 3-1, he's throwing the sinker, so go ahead and sit on it. Our approach as right-handed hitters, hunt the sinker and changeup window as well as the sweeper window. For the sinker, you want the ball to start, sinker and changeup, you want the ball to start off of the plate away to the outer third and belly button to high thigh. The sweeper window, you want the ball to start in off the plate at you to the inner third, above the zone to the high thigh. You want to keep your direction going to right center field and do not pull off of the ball. You want to keep everything going to the big part of the field and really think about driving him into that triples alley out there in San Francisco. Lefties, you have the same exact approach. The sinker and changeup will start at you in off the plate, and at the inner third, that's the area you want to hunt. You want it at the same height as the righties. And the sweeper, instead of going to be at you, is going to start off the plate away. Again, same height. You want it to start in the same exact window. It's just going to be off the plate away. Again, keep your direction going to the big part of the field and really try to drive the ball into left center field. Do not get pull happy. Again, make sure you know that in those 2-strike counts, he tends to lean four-seam and changeup. Earlier in the counts, you can look more sweeper if you want to. Austin Riley, I know you're going to have a field day with this one because you can actually sit pitches effectively. So actually do that this time. And yes, I am riding Austin Riley hard right now. Ken, that is what I got on Logan Webb. Do you have anything else?
Yeah, Ryan is telling you what we would say to our team. We call bowling ball changeup. The reason we call it that it's very heavy. It goes straight down. You cannot lift that ball up. He got a lot of ground balls. You've got to get the ball up on him. You got to spit on those that come thigh high and down. If he paints it, he paints it. But you're going to have to be really selective. The good thing is Bryce Elder is going in the game, and Bryce has pitched well in San Francisco, and we need a good start out of Bryce for him and also for us. So maybe we'll get a little pitcher's duel like we did against Miz, and we'll find a way to score some runs and win a game.
I will also say this: he does. I think it'd been more effective for him to actually try to throw the four seam down in the strike zone to paint, because then your hitter's got to determine, well, is it the four seam or the changeup that's falling off the table. So I don't know why he hasn't figured that one out. I hope he doesn't figure it out. But yeah, you got to get the ball up in his zone. Anything that starts below that window, do not chase it unless he is absolutely painting the bottom of the zone, like Ken said. There's just no need in expanding your window. This guy is already tough enough. You're even going to have a tougher night if you expand your windows. So keep your windows the way they are. Even if he is absolutely slicing and dicing through the lineup, you're only going to make it worse if you expand out of that approach. Again, stick to your approach, Austin. I know it absolutely kills you, but at least try it one time there, big guy. Robbie Ray will be the final starter in this series. I don't know if it's game 3 or whenever, but he is going to be slated in here at some point. So, Ken, talk to me about Mr. Robbie Ray, who absolutely sliced and diced us in Atlanta.
Suppose he's happy because if they have to sell, Bray's got the price up on Robbie Ray. He looked outstanding. We chased the slider away. We talked in the HipCoil before. You got to let it go. You got to let it. He's going to throw it out of the strike zone. I don't know how many times we were swinging at pitches just out of the strike zone. Now look, he had a really good fastball that day, and we were late on it. There was no energy in the ballpark, so we'll see how we do. He's kind of struggled. He's not the power pitcher anymore, but we'll have our right-handed lineup in there. They won't be able to sneak him in like they did this last time.
Yeah, I will say this for Robbie Ray. He did absolutely carve through the Athletics his last time out. I think he threw like 8 innings
This
and
year,
gave up 1 run.
we made this
So
year. Yeah.
he's. I'll give the Braves a little bit of the benefit of the doubt there. I don't want to give them too much love because they absolutely have been dog water here lately. But as we previously have covered on Mr. Ray, he has the four-seamer, the slider, the changeup, and the curveball. He seems to rely a lot on the four-seam fastball when behind in the count to right-handed hitters, and he relies on the slider to the lefties when behind in the count. Right-handed hitters, we're going to hunt the four-seam fastball and changeup window. We want the ball to start belt to mid-thigh and out front and outer third to inner third. Really want to keep your direction going to right center field because that will keep you on the slider and changeup. If you get bull happy, he's going to eat you alive. Again, the only sliders that righties want to hunt will be the one that starts off of the plate away, above the strike zone, and you can probably expand your window to the outside corner, outer third, where it will still break and be a very hittable pitch. But there's no need to expand your windows any lower than that because, again, he will continue to eat you alive. Lefties, hunt the four-seam fastball and slider window. You want the ball to start inner third to outer third and belt to mid-thigh. Anything that starts middle or farther away and starts breaking away, take it. The only slider you want to swing at is going to be the hangers that are going to start at you and above the strike zone and on the inside corner. Keep your direction to left center field. You're going to have success against him. If you don't and you try to get pull happy or if you try to guess along with him, you're going to have a very long day at the plate. Please make the adjustment this time. Yes, he can be good, but this is a guy that you should hit. He has realistically 3 pitches that he throws. It shouldn't be terribly hard to hit him. I get it if he has a good fastball. I get it if he's painting like Kyle Harrison did against us when he was in Atlanta, but he shouldn't have done what he did last time against us. I'll just keep it a $1.10 with you. Ken, you got anything else on Robbie Ray?
Yeah, I wasn't trying to dog Robbie. It's just that he'd been struggling until he faced us, and we made his whole year. So, and I do think there was no energy in the ballpark. That's not trying to make excuses for our hitters because, like Ryan says, they've been poo this whole month. And but he's hittable is what we're trying to say. The guy in the middle we talked about is almost unhittable. So we got a big hay against Robbie Ray and the McDonald kid.
All right, bullpen time. Eric Miller, Ken, that's the one that we're going to be covering. Again, I could have done different relievers, chat. There's just nobody else that's really fun. There's nobody else that's really great out of that bullpen. It's these two dudes, so we're going to cover them again. So, Ken, what you got on Mr. Miller?
We said last time, I'd love for him to be a Brave. And he reminds me so much of Tyler Matzik, not just because of the same number, but his demeanor, the way he goes after hitters. He does not back down. And look at that movement on that fastball. It kind of throws a sinker there. I mean, Jordan Alvarez does not miss pitches like that much, and just so much movement. He's just a wonderful pitcher. We know who he's going to come in against. That's going to be the Michael, Ozzie, Matt, that kind of crew. They've got to hit him middle backside. That's what you have to do a guy like this. So he's a tough ride.
He absolutely is. When you got 99 with a sink on it, that's always going to be a tough ride. So he's got the sinker, he's got a slider, he has a changeup, he has a four-seam fastball. Both righties and lefties are going to see the sinker and slider about the same. Righties, you get to see a slight increase of the changeup usage, but it can be a good one if he's placing it, but he's had trouble with his command with that pitch so far this year. Righties and lefties, we are hunting the sinker. Right-handers, you want the ball to start in off of the plate at you to the middle part of the plate, belt to high thigh. Anything that starts in the zone and breaks towards you, take it. The only slider we want to swing at is going to be the one that starts above the zone and off the plate away to the outside corner, and that pitch will drop right into the honey hole where we can do some damage. Lefties, you want the ball to start off of the plate away to the middle of the plate, belt to high thigh. Anything that starts in the zone and breaks away, take it. Again, the only slider we want to swing at is going to start at us and above the zone or above the zone and starting on the inside corner. Those sliders will break into the hittable zone that we can do damage on. Anything that starts farther out over the plate and starts breaking away, you just got to take it because it's not going to be a strike. That's what I got on Mr. Miller. Ken, you got anything to add?
He's just a great pitcher. It's going to be a tough ride.
Caleb Killian is the last one that we are covering on this Giants pitching rotation. What you got on him, Ken?
He's got a really good arm. He's a really good pitcher. And the thing that's good about him that's different out of the bullpen is he's got a really good curveball. And you don't see a lot of curves coming out of the pen, but he's got one that he can throw. But mostly, to me, it's the same kind of deal you're going to have with Miller. He wants to work away, so you can't try to pull him. You got to hit the ball that way. And to be honest with you, that's where you want to hit the ball in San Francisco anyhow. It's an alley out there in right center. So hit the ball to right center and run for days, and that's what we should be doing anyhow. So he's a nice arm. You found him last time, so you get all the credit because I was not as familiar with Caleb, and you found him last time, so good catch, and he's a good pitcher.
He has four-seam, sinker, curve, and slider. Righties, you're going to see an even split between the sinker, curve, and slider. Lefties, you'll see the fastball, the four-seamer, and curveballs. Righties, we are going to hunt the four-seam and slider. You want the ball to start belt to high thigh from inner third to the outer third. You do not want to expand your zone any lower because of the curveball. The only slider and curveball that we want to swing at early in the count will be the ones that start at us and above the zone that will break back over to the middle part of the plate that we can do damage on. With two strikes, the slider can start on the inside corner to the middle of the plate and still stay in the zone. If it starts in that belt to high thigh range, so battle if it's there. Keep your direction, right center field. I know I say it a lot, but with these guys that are living on the outside part of the plate, there's no sense in trying to pull it because you're just going to get yourself in a funk and you're not going to do anything with the pitch. So stay middle backside, really try to drive the ball hard to right center field and use the ground effectively as a hitter. Lefties, you're going to hunt the four-seam fastball. You want the ball to start inner to outer third, belt to high thigh. Again, do not expand lower because he wants you to open up the lower part of the zone to tunnel the curveball to get chased. The only curveball we want to swing at, I know, is going to start above the zone and off the plate away. That pitch will drop right down into the middle of the part of the plate, and you can do damage on it. With 2 strikes, we have to battle, but again, keep your direction to left center field, the big part of the field, and you should be able to recognize the spin on the curveball and determine whether it's going to be a strike or a ball. But other than that, Ken, I do not have anything else. What do you have?
Yeah, we've faced those 2 relievers before. So seeing them a second time will help. The other part of their bullpen is hittable. So if we can get the starters out, get into their bullpen a little bit, maybe we can score some runs. And at some point, this offense has got to get going. So hopefully San Francisco will be a treat for us, and we will.
I 100% believe that, or want to believe that, but the way this team's playing, I have no idea what's going to happen this series. So, Ken, before we get out of here, what is your series prediction?
I mean, the way they're hitting, Logan Webb and Robbie Ray, the way we did last time, I'm going to say we hopefully get out of there 1 out of 3. Right now, the way we're hitting, it's not me trying to be negative. It's just it's tough to watch, and this is not going to be easy with these 2 in that ballpark. Hopefully, Sale and Elder will throw well in those games, but I'm going to say we're going to take only 1 out of 3.
I agree. I'm right there with you. The way that we're swinging the bats, I just cannot say that we are going to win any more than 1 out of 3 in this series. I wouldn't be surprised if we get swept the way that we're playing. I mean, we might. We haven't watched Game 3 yet. We're recording this before the Game 3 of the Padres series, and it does not look good for us to even win 1 out of 3 there. So, if we do anything worth joyness in San Francisco, Ken, who do you think is going to have a big series out there?
Well, I'll say this. We were both on. I just happened to pick it first. We were right in the Padres series. Michael Harris has had a great series. So he took a shot with Drake, and Drake has not had a good series. But we were right that Michael, we've gone before each other, and we keep stealing each other's players. We've been right back-to-back series. We had Ozzie and then Michael. So if I'm taking yours, we can still stick with it, but we try to find 2 for y'all. I am going to go Mauricio Dubon. I like the right center field alley, and Mauricio likes to hit the ball that way, and so he'll keep that up and hit the ball the other way. And if you want to hit the ball out in San Francisco, you hook it down the line, and that's where he wants to hit home runs too. So I'll go Mauricio Dubon.
That's a really good pick. Man, there's not many good choices to choose from right now in San Francisco, but the way the Braves are going. But I am going to go with the little monster, Ozzie Albies. I think he's going to do really well. He's one of the few bats that are swinging it pretty well. It doesn't matter if they're right-handed pitcher, left-handed pitcher. He's been doing really, really well. So I'm going to go Ozzie. I'm going to say he's going to play another big part this series. So
he was the second guy I was thinking. So we have the same 2 guys.
There you go. All right, chat. We are done. I know it was a quick one, but we already covered a lot of the Giants guys, so it wasn't really anything new to cover besides the 1 new starting pitcher and Logan Webb. So that's it for this series preview. We'll see you guys on the next one on the homestand coming up. Until then, peace.
You know what, boys? You guys are going to be world champions for the rest of your life.